Hey guys, so I'm back, and this video probably isn't going to be too long. I don't know how much I'm really going to edit the visual, but I wanted to kind of give you an update on what's going on in my life. I also just kind of as a fun thing right before YCS, I wanted to give some of my thoughts on the event going into it. So first of all, what's up with me? My last video, I was starting to get really sick. My voice pretty much died by the end of the video, and so I was sick for a week, and then I got really busy after I was sick because I had a whole bunch of work to catch up on because I wasn't able to attend class or anything while I was sick. I was just so sick, and so I still have a bit of a cough, 2 weeks and a couple days later from initially getting sick, so the coughing might make it a little bit difficult to make videos. Probably gonna have to edit those out, but I'm gonna try to start posting more regularly again. I've really missed making videos, and I think we're at a really interesting time in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Our metagame is very diverse and yet very not diverse at the same time. Many different archetypes, but a lot of the same cards. Salamangreat just came out, which is an interesting new deck. A lot of innovation happening. So definitely going to be seeing more videos from me moving forward. Sorry for any of you who have been missing them the last couple weeks. Now, some of my thoughts going into the YCS. So first of all, a lot of people are hyping up Salamangreats after they took up a fairly sizable portion of the top cut at an ARG, and I understand that. It's obviously really exciting when you see a new deck do really well. However, you have to take into account that when a new deck does well, that oftentimes people just don't really know what it does yet. No one's really prepared for it. Many times they don't know what cards to hit with traps or hand traps. So Salamangreats probably multiple times during that ARG I got to combo off, even if they really had no business doing so because someone didn't know when to activate Ash Blossom, for example. So I think we need to temper our expectations hopefully for the people attending YCS. They've been scared enough into actually learning what Salamangreats do and also what their deck's game plan against the deck is. This video should be going up pretty late my time, so there's probably only going to be like an hour or two between this and the start of the YCS. If you are in Germany, I believe it's Dusseldorf, right? Yeah, so it's Germany. If you're in Germany, you wake up, see this video, please, for the love of God, if you don't already, know what your deck does against Salamangreats. What is your game plan? If you don't know, figure it out, because the deck's going to be pretty damn popular. Like, what do you need? 3 structure decks, $10 a piece at your Target or Walmart or whatever. I don't know what you have in Europe. And then worst case scenario, you can buy them online for $15 a piece, so $45. And then you need 3 Lady Debug and 3 of the Sunlight Wolf or whatever that came out in Savage Strike. Altogether, that's probably only about $100 for kind of the core cards that you need. You even get some Ash Blossoms with the structure decks if you don't have those. Round out the extra and the side for maybe another $50-$60. You probably already have a bunch of the cards that you need for those. Now, obviously, if you are a person that wanted to play the deck to its maximum potential, you'd have to buy cards like Infinite Impermanence. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a ton of budget players who are playing relatively budget versions of the deck, but that by no means does not mean that it's a threat just because it's budget. The deck still does the core combos that it does. It still ends on multiple negates. So really study that matchup if you haven't already. Even, if you don't know what your deck specifically does against it, at least learn what the Salamangreat deck does in a vacuum, and then try to, to the best of your ability, figure out what your deck wants to do against that. I think some other things we're going to see, obviously the Guard Dragon Chaos Thunder Dragon deck is going to be disgusting. I fully expect that deck will be the one that wins the YCS. Sky Strikers are still a threat. I don't foresee a resurgence of Altergeist, quite frankly. They're just more inconsistent than some of the other control trap decks that we have right now. I think Guru Control is a really strong deck. Salamangreat, obviously a little more combo-y than Altergeist, but ultimately they end on trap card negates. So probably not going to see a lot of Altergeist. I wouldn't be too worried about Multi-Faker. You're probably still going to have to side for trap decks in general, though. So, you know, in that way it's good. You don't even really have to prepare for Altergeist, because by preparing for other trap-heavy control decks, you're also preparing for them. So that's nice. Crusadia Guard Dragon, watch out for that deck. That will completely wreck your shop if you aren't prepared for it. Know what to hand trap there. If you play against it, also hope you win the die roll. If they get to just make a first turn board where they just have like 4 negates, then you're just screwed. So can't let that happen. Probably I really want to say that Burning Abyss is going to at least have 1 or 2 tops this event. It's going to be really difficult, though. I'm not really foreseeing a composition of deck representation that's especially advantageous to Burning Abyss. So maybe if someone like Thomas Rose has a crazy concoction, we might see something Burning Abyss related make it into the top cut. I'm sure we'll see lots of Azathoth decks, just decks that tack in the Phantom Knights in order to essentially just have a blanket negate all monster effects on their opponent's turn, dropping Azathoth with the rank up magic. Otherwise, I think the YCS is pretty open. Like I said, I still think the Crazy Thunder Dragon deck is going to win, but the top 32 is up for grabs among a lot of different decks. And so, you know, if you have an interesting deck, or, you know, you're just playing anything kind of remotely meta, go for it. Really, the world is your oyster at this YCS. This is one of the most diverse metas we've had in a while. In some ways, yeah, a lot of decks are playing the same cards. There's a lot of danger decks, etc. But, you know, as far as decks' goals, you know, what they're trying to achieve in the long run, it's a fairly diverse format. And so those are all the thoughts I have, just sort of a casual spitball conversation. Again, I'm going to start making videos more regularly again, hopefully of higher quality than this. This was just sort of me sitting down and doing whatever, but looking at some Burning Abyss stuff, maybe doing some more discussions on the game in general. And we're coming up on 1,000 subscribers. We were on pace to get there like 2 weeks ago, and then of course I stopped posting, so we're a little off pace here, but we should have 1,000 subscribers. Probably still going to do an Ask Me Anything for that, so look out for the video where I ask for questions, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.